welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Ron and thank you for stopping by. This is going to be a quick informational and tutorial video on pairing multiple DJI FPV air units with your DJI FPV goggles or your DJI FPV remote controller. Now, as you may already know, the process of pairing your air unit with your goggles or remote is fairly easy, and I'll go over that in just a moment. But I also wanted to touch on a condition that is not as well known and could come in handy. If you have multiple quads that have their own DJI FPV air unit in them, you can bind each individual air unit to your goggles and remote just once, and every time you use them going forward, they'll automatically connect. You won't have to rebind them again as you switch out your quads. Once the air unit is bound to the goggles or remote, it will automatically link from that point forward. So, for example, I have my own two Rotoride HD1s. I've already bound both of them to the goggles and the remote controller. As I power each quad up individually, I won't have to rebind them again. Your DJI FPV goggles and remote controller can save all the air units which have been linked to them. There's no limit to the number of air units that can be saved. Once an air unit has been linked with your goggles or remote controller, it is not required to link again. Just power up your air unit and you're ready to fly. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, I'll go over the actual linking or binding process. To use the goggles and the remote controller together, the air unit must be linked to your goggles first. The linking has to be done in this order. The second step will be to link your remote controller to the air unit. This is specifically spelled out in the current DJI FPV System user manual on page 24. It's version 1.2 of the manual dated November 1st, 2019. I just point that out because I know it changes over time. Now, DJI states that if you don't do it in this exact order, the connection between the three devices cannot be established and will not be saved. Additionally, your air unit can only save one set of connected devices, meaning your remote controller or your goggles. If your air unit is linked with another remote or controller, the original device will be replaced. So again, the air units connected to my controller and goggles will stay saved. But if a buddy of mine wants to fly my quads with his controller or goggles, he'll need to link everything up, and my connections or settings to my remote and goggles will be deleted or gone. Not a big deal, but again, your air unit can only be linked to one set of devices at a time. Okay, so let's link up the goggles to the air unit. First, power on the goggles and the air unit. If you have an ejector pin, use that, but if not, just use something small like a paper clip. Just press the linking button on the goggles. You'll hear a continuous linking sound, which indicates the goggles are ready to be linked. Then press the link button on your air unit. When the linking is complete, you should be able to see your FPV image through your DJI goggles. Next, you'll want to link your DJI FPV remote controller with your DJI FPV air unit. Press the power button on the remote controller once, then press it again, and hold it for a few seconds to power it on. Once the controller is powered on, you'll need to press the record button, the C button, and the right dial on the controller at the same time. Then press the link button on the air unit. When the air unit and the controller are successfully linked, both LED indicators will turn solid green. Your DJI FPV System components are all linked together and you're good to go. Now, I didn't cover everything about the DJI FPV System in this video and its components, and I'm sure there's going to be some additional questions. So I'm also going to give you a link below to the DJI FPV System frequently asked questions page below. So hopefully that'll answer some additional questions you may have. Those frequently asked questions are going to help you out quite a bit. And that's it. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to give it a big thumbs up. I do appreciate it. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell for future notifications. And until next time, be safe, happy flying, and remember, we got this.